Bam! Or should I say bomb? Camila Cabello is about to be everywhere. She's stopping by SNL this weekend, and she's got brand new music.
Is this your favorite album that you've done?
By far my favorite album I've ever made.
Familia is her new album dropping Friday.
The album is called Familia. What does familia mean to you?
To me, it means people that you trust, people that have got your back, and the people that make life meaningful.
You've got the album cover behind you. Who are you hugging?
I'm hugging my little cousin, Gato.
But she's dancing alongside Ed Sheeran for their new single.
Bam Bam, I was just like, Ed is like a dream collaborator for me, and he would give this song, I feel like, such a personal and safe perspective. And so I sent him the idea through Instagram DM, and he sent me some ideas back. And we were kind of writing it with my producer, Ricky, too, the three of us on Instagram DM. And then he had like a morning off in LA, and we finished writing and recording the song in like a really short time. I was like, this guy is so fast. And it was just so fun.
We were kids at the start, I guess we're grown-ups now.
The lyrics have many wondering if the song's about Camila's split from Shawn Mendes. They broke up last November after 2 years together. Shawn broke his silence about their uncoupling to his Instagram followers.
When you're like breaking up with someone, you like think it's the right thing. It's like you don't realize all the that comes after it.
All Camila will say is her new music follows her very personal journey.
And at the beginning, it was really hard because I was just going through a bad like mental health time. And so being in the studio, every part of life really was like anxiety inducing for me. At times it was painful. Like Psycho Freak, I remember, is a song all about anxiety and all about these kind of obsessive like thoughts that I was having. And I remember at the end of that studio day, I was like, ugh, that was so hard to write, because I remember it was just kind of like this stream of consciousness word vomit thing while I was like in the booth, and it was really hard, and it ended up being one of my favorite songs on the album. So it was painful and like really scary to have those conversations and write those things, but I feel like it was also a big part of me feeling like I can be myself.
You've been very outspoken and really open about mental health and therapy, and there's so many people who look up to you. Why has it been so important for you to use your platform to speak towards mental health?
I feel like because I think that when those of us that have struggled with mental health, which is probably like everybody, like it's just kind of like the suffering that it can cause feels really like unbearable and painful. So I think that when I kind of came out of it enough to have some perspective on it, I was like, how is this not, as validated and real as like physical health problems? Like to me, it's like, it's just as important and feels just as real and bad. And so for me, like having those conversations is healing for me, because I feel like I can just talk about it, and that takes a lot of like shame and, like it takes a lot of the weight out of it to be able to talk about it. And also, hoping that people can have those conversations, because the more that you keep it inside, the more hard it is to feel better.
What do the new songs say about where you are in your life right now?
The earliest song was written like a year and a half ago, and the last song was written like a couple months ago. So there is a lot of growth that happened in between, and I feel like you can really hear it, and it's all genuine. Like Quiet is literally, I feel like, from a younger version of me, and Bam Bam is like an older version of me, and it all kind of happened. Psycho Freak was kind of in the middle. Like literally the times that I wrote the songs and the songs themselves reflect where I was at the time. And I feel like you could really see the growth.
You stated that what you're going to do now is make up for lost time. What does this look like for you?
I guess by make up for lost time, for me, what that really means is I started in the industry really young. I was 15, and it was like tough for me in my early 20s. My early 20s and late teens felt really hard. Like I isolated a lot. I wasn't really out there in the world. And so by make up for lost time, I mean, now I'm in a good place and I'm in my 20s and I want to just like live life to the fullest.
I have to ask you about your Y2K themed birthday party. It brings back so many great memories from the 2000s. Who is your favorite artist from the 2000s?
A really good question. I was listening to the radio, so a lot of those songs like Promiscuous, Nelly Furtado and Timbaland, Neo, Mario, Chris Brown, T-Pain, like all of those songs, and the Disney stuff like Lizzie McGuire, That's So Raven, High School Musical, whatever. Like I was listening to the radio, so I wasn't really listening to one artist a lot, except for maybe like the Cheetah Girls. So it was more about songs for me, and I was like, this has to be the only music that is played at the party.
Pretty sure she played this too.
Thank you for watching. If you want more extra, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you'll never miss a video.